Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would give you guys a little update on my indoor plants because a few of you have been asking how my plants are going. So I thought, why not do a little video update for you all. Now, this video is actually a continuation from the video I uploaded not too long ago where I show you all my outdoor plants. They were both filmed on the same day. They were meant to be all in one video, but it would have just gone for way too long, so I had to separate them into two. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get into it and have a look at some plants. Okay, so this is the mother plant of the Syngonium white butterfly. As you can see, it is absolutely stunning. I love this plant so much. It's such a fast grower and again, so easy to propagate. The leaves are so beautiful. They're nice and variegated. I absolutely love it. I believe there are different varieties of this plant as well that you can get in different colors. Like I think there's a solid green one, and then I feel like there's one that's got like pink in it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there is. But again, one of my favorite plants. And down here, I've got another philodendron, which my cousin gave me. And this one is an orange prince, I have been told. It's absolutely beautiful as well. I love the colors. It's like pink / orange / green. It's so pretty, and apparently this one grows really fast as well, so we'll see how that goes. Then over here, I've got another philodendron, and this is the philodendron Birkin. As you can see, the leaves are absolutely stunning. Like, look at that variegation. So beautiful. This one has grown really, really fast as well. You may have seen this, I think, in one of my plant haul videos. I could be wrong. I could have posted it on Instagram, but I bought this a little while ago and it's already so much bigger than when I bought it. So loving it so far and so easy to look after. Over here we have my little plant wall, and this one here is another philodendron, and it is the heartleaf philodendron. I believe it is so pretty. These are actually cuttings that my friend Nat, aka Little Cozy Things on Instagram, has sent me literally just the other day. So I've only just repotted these, but absolutely loving them. They're so pretty, and I'm a sucker for like a trailing plant, so love it. Then over here we have another variety of Tradescantia. I can't remember the exact name of it. I'm sure it has, you know, a specific name, but I can't think of it right now. But anyway, I absolutely love this plant. Again, I love a trailing plant. It's so easy to grow, so easy to look after, and really easy to propagate. So awesome plant, one of my faves. Then up here I have a satin pothos, which is going really well. It was a lot smaller when I brought it, so it is thriving, which is obviously a good thing. And then up here, I've got my little Ripsalis. I think I showed this to you guys in a video as well. It was so tiny when I bought it, and it's actually doing really well at the moment. But yeah, it looks small now, but if you go back and watch one of my plant haul videos, you'll see that it was actually even smaller. Over here we have my devil's ivy, or pothos, however you want to pronounce it. Again, one of my favorites, another trailing plant, really easy to propagate, absolutely love it, so easy to look after, it grows like weeds. This is actually a whole range of cuttings in one pot, so I took heaps of pothos cuttings not too long ago and planted them all in the same pot. I believe there is a video of that on my YouTube channel as well, but they are going really well so far. Next we have my variegated peace lily. Now I don't really know what's going on with this plant because a lot of the leaves do have brown tips. It can't be overwatering because I literally hardly ever water it. If anything, maybe it's being underwatered. Maybe I should try giving it a little bit more water, but a lot of the tips are going brown, which is a little bit sad. I need to give this baby a little bit more attention, I think, because it kind of gets neglected. But it is so easy to look after. Like, it does really well in low light, which it's in at the moment. I do put my grow light on it for a little bit every single day just to give it an extra boost of light. But yeah, I don't know why the tips are going brown. I think it could be an underwatering issue. I don't know. We'll have to investigate and see. I'll do a little bit of an experiment and see if it helps. But I might actually go in and cut off all these brown bits just to give it a little bit of a facelift. But in saying that, it's still putting out new leaves. Like there's a new leaf right here about to unfurl that you can see there. So, I mean, it's happy, obviously, if it's putting out new leaves, but just some of these leaves have started getting brown tips, which is a little bit sad, but hopefully it's nothing major and it's just like lack of water or something. Then if we come over here, we've got my ZZ plant, which is going really, really well at the moment. It shot out a whole bunch of new stems not too long ago. This is 2 of them and look how big they are already. So absolutely loving this plant. Again, really easy and does really well in low light. This is actually a cutting of a ZZ plant that I got quite a while ago from one of my friends, and it would just never, it had roots and it had healthy roots, but it would never put out any fronds. Like it was never growing. So I did almost give up on it, but I was like, you know what, it's still alive. I can't bring myself to throw it out. And then the other day when I checked it, it's actually finally put out a new frond there, like a new stem. So persistence is key, my friends. Persistence is key. I feel like with these plants, they go a really, really long time without growing at all. And then all of a sudden, it's like when it starts to warm up, they all of a sudden shoot out all these new stems or new leaves. So if you have a ZZ plant and you think it's, you know, not growing or whatever, just give it time. Trust me, it will start to grow eventually, because I was the same. I thought it wasn't going to grow and I almost just chucked it out. But anyway, persistence is key. We now have a new little frond there starting to grow, which is awesome. Next up, we have my original normal peace lily. This one, I don't know. I feel like it's happy, but it could be happier. I don't know if it's a lighting issue, if it's a fertilization issue. Again, I don't really pay too much attention to this plant. I should probably give it a little bit more love. At the same time, just like the other peace lily, it's still putting out new leaves. So I don't know. It's happy, but I feel like it could be happier. Like it's not nice and full. It doesn't put out flowers anymore. It did put out 1 flower, I think, last year. And it hasn't put out another one since. So I don't know. We'll see. I might get some fertilizer into it and see if that helps at all. But yeah, again, I don't give it that much attention. So it's my own fault. Down here, I have another Tradescantia Zebrina that I propagated from the mother plant that's outside. Again, so easy to grow. It just grows like weeds. And this is in a low light position and it gets my grow light and it's still doing pretty well. I mean, it could probably be happier, but like it's happy, you know what I mean? It's not dead, it's alive, it's green, it's got a couple of leaves that have died off, but overall it's doing pretty well. I feel like this whole shelf kind of gets a little bit neglected. These are like the plants that don't require much effort, so they kind of do get forgotten about a little bit, which I feel bad. I should definitely put in some like more love into these plants on these shelves. Then over here I have another spider plant, which again, it's not doing that well. I mean, it's alive, but like, look at it. It looks a bit sad. It doesn't have that many leaves. It's not shooting out new leaves very often. So it definitely could be happier than what it is. I think the issue with these shelves here is that they don't get the best lighting. It is quite a low light area. And I really struggle to find plants that thrive on these shelves. So that's why I've got my grow light there to kind of just boost the lighting in this area. But yeah, I do struggle to find plants that absolutely thrive on these shelves. But you know, what do you do? If you guys have any ideas of plants that you think would thrive in like low light conditions, please let me know. And I mean, it's not absolutely horrible lighting. There is a window here, but the issue is we never have the window completely open. We always have like this blind down because we have a shared driveway, so we don't want people to be able to see into our house. And if you have the blind all the way up to let, you know, the full light in, it just means that everyone can see into our house, which I don't enjoy. So we always have this blind down, which kind of gives a bit of shade, and that's why these plants here don't get that much lighting. But again, I've got the grow lights, so they definitely help. But as I said, if you guys have any ideas of plants that you think would thrive in this area, please let me know in the comments below. Next up, we have my Monstera. I absolutely love this plant. I've said this in some of my previous videos, I believe, but I did actually save this one from root rot. I had overwatered it when I first got it and it did start to die off. But since then, it has all these leaves are actually new. So the only leaves it had when I was dealing with the root rot was these fenestrated leaves. So the ones with the holes in them. So it only had these 2 leaves. But since then, since saving it, it has now shot out 1, 2, 3, 4 new leaves. So it's doing really well. I'm still waiting for it to shoot out another fenestrated, I don't know how you pronounce it. But I'm still waiting for it to shoot out another leaf with the holes in it. But, you know, it takes time. I think Monsteras don't usually shoot out fenestrated leaves until it's quite mature. I can't remember how long I've had this for. I think it was probably about, I probably had it for about 2 years, I reckon. Maybe a little bit more, maybe just over 2 years. So it's not super duper old, but we'll see. Maybe the next leaf will be fenestrated. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Then down here I have some Pittsburgh Ivy. This is still in its original pot. I've had it for quite a while. I do need to repot it, but it seems to be fairly happy here, so I haven't really worried about it too much. But again, I love trailing plants and climbing plants, so yeah, I absolutely love all types of ivy and any trailing plants really, any climbers. I love them all. Next up, I have this Hoya plant, which is brand new to me. My cousin gave it to me literally just a few days ago, so I'm still kind of learning about the Hoya. I have seen heaps of photos and stuff of them on like Pinterest and Instagram and things like that, so I know they can be really beautiful. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's happy here. If not, I might have to move it outside if it does like a bit more lighting, because the back of it does say that it will flower if it's in bright light. So I'm just not sure if being here in my kitchen will be enough lighting for it, but we'll see how it goes. As I said, I just got it a couple of days ago, so still learning, but we'll see how it goes. So that's pretty much it for like actual proper plants. This here is like my little propagation station. So I'll run you through what I've got going on here. These 3 here are just pothos cuttings that my cousin gave me the other day. So I have potted them and just have them here near the window to see how they go. Then I've got this little succulent that I actually propagated from a cutting I got from a friend's house. It's doing so well. It's even started to shoot off a little pup here, like a little baby. So really happy with how this is going. Again, I don't really know what this is called. I'm really bad with succulents, guys. I need to do some more research on my succulents because I don't know what any of them are called. But yeah, that one's going really well. That was a propagated cutting. Then I've got this jug here of cuttings, and what I've got in here is, this is some Hardenbergia, which is an Australian native plant or vine. It's a climber, and I was looking everywhere for it because I want it to plant out in my backyard on one of my fences. I've got a trellis set up, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Everywhere was sold out, so it's obviously really popular. And then I was talking to my cousin and I asked her if she had any, and she said, yes, I do. So I got her to give me a few cuttings to see if I could try and propagate it. So I've just got it in water at the moment. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it will root or not. I have a feeling it won't, but I'm giving it a go anyway. I'll just hope for the best and see how it goes. It's actually really pretty. Once it is like fully grown, it flowers, and it's got the cutest little purple. You can either get it in purple or white. So either purple or white flowers, and yeah, it's actually a really nice climbing vine. Something that's really good to like cover a fence, which is what I'm using it for. And then in that same jug, I've got a Snow Queen pothos cutting. Again, my cousin gave it to me. So generous. Thanks, Tara. And then I've got another Snow Queen pothos cutting in there, along with a neon pothos cutting. So that's what's in that little jar there. And then we get to my sweet potato experiment. So I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and this guy had posted a video of him putting sweet potato in a jar of water and eventually it grows vines, and apparently they grow super duper fast. So like in a week you'll have this really long vine. So I was like, you know what, I need to try that. So that's what I'm doing here. All I've done is filled up, you know, halfway 2 jars with some water, and I've put sweet potatoes in there. I'll show you a close-up of this one because this one has actually started sprouting already. So I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry, the camera's not focusing very well. Let me try zoom. But as you can see there, it's actually started sprouting. So that little nub there and that little nub there will actually be vines, and there's one there as well. In this guy's video, he absolutely swore by it. He swore that it worked. So I'm interested to see how it goes because, again, I love a trailing plant or a climbing plant. So whatever I can do to get some fast growing vines, I'm all about it. And then in this little bowl here, I've just got some succulents that I've propagated and that are still really small, but they're going all right. Sorry, the lighting's really bad here in front of the window because the light's coming through. But as you can see, I've got a few succulents in there. And then last but not least, I've got my little peperomia plant. I believe that's what it's called. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's called a peperomia. And this was actually a lot bigger, but I have recently given it a good pruning because a lot of the bigger, older leaves were starting to go a little bit like limp, but it's got all this new fresh growth here. So I decided to cut it right back and just let it start from scratch. And so far it's doing really well. Like I said, there's heaps of new growth coming through, which is awesome. So I'm interested to see how this goes, but that's the last plant of the plant tour. Well guys, that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you will be notified of all my future videos. In the meantime, if you would like to have a chat or ask a question or make a suggestion or anything like that, feel free to leave me a comment down below. I try my very hardest to reply to every single comment. But otherwise, I will see you next time, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your week wherever you are. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.